You guys, long time no story time. So let's do part 3 of my journey to motherhood. Yeah, let's do part 3. So now this part 3 is going to be my second pregnancy, right? So story time. Are you ready? Let's go. So 2 years after my first pregnancy, was it up to 2 years? A little less than 2 years. I don't think it was up to 2 years before I got pregnant again. Now, that pregnancy was very tough because I was going in and out of the hospital, in and out of the hospital. You know, pregnancy wahala, right? Then the only thing that was diagnosed was high blood pressure, which was also I also experienced in my first pregnancy, but then it was taken care of. I was given my prescription for BP meds and I was taking it. Then where I was working in my office, then we were so many pregnant ladies, but in my own particular office, like my own direct office, the 3 of us, the 3 ladies in that office, we were all pregnant, heavily pregnant. Like, imagine when, because we deal with customers every day, imagine when you come to the office for one transaction or the other, you are meeting 3 heavily loaded women. Myself, my very good friend, one of my closest friends, Ada, and then another colleague of mine. So we were pushing. It was a very tough one. We were pushing. First, it was Ada that left. She traveled to Canada to have her baby. Then my other colleague gave birth, so it was now remaining only me. That day, I think I was 35 weeks and 6 days or 7. 35 weeks and 6 days. Yes, because I know the next day I was going to be 36 weeks and I went for antenatal. But before, like me, every time I go to the antenatal, I always find one thing or the other to make them send me to scan because I want to know if everything is going well. When I woke up on that blessed day, before I went for the antenatal, I felt my baby was a little bit sluggish. It wasn't as she wasn't as active as she used to be, right? Or was it in my head? I was battling. I was having this feeling like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? Immediately I got to the hospital, I asked the nurse, I was like, this baby, I felt her movement reduced. And she was like, we are getting ready. It should. She's now getting very big. You don't expect her to be that very active because of room, space. But you know, that I have that instinct. After antenatal, I tried to stop. They sent me to go for scan. Let's know what was going on. I went for scan. Getting there, the sonographer did his thing, and after doing checking me, the first thing he asked me was, are you diabetic? And I said no. And looking at his face, I said, any problem? And he said no. He gave me the results of the scan for me to take back to the people that sent me to him, right? And I went back. Getting to the nurse that sent me to him, what is the result of the scan? He did not tell me. He said, I'm going to go and see the doctor. What is the result now? I said, I'm going to go and see the doctor. And they sent me to the doctor. Getting to the doctor's office, there were 2 doctors. And they attended to me especially, like, what's going on? And they said I should sit down this one. The whole story cut short, they told me that the baby is no longer alive. The baby that was almost due for delivery. It was as if they offed the lights. Like, I did not tell you this story in detail, so because of I don't want this video to be very lengthy. That pregnancy was a torture. Like, I was in and out of the hospital. I was in and out of the hospital praying for my delivery to come so that I'll rest. On getting to the delivery, they're now telling me that the baby was no longer alive. I did not believe it. I was like, you say what? I said, I'm sorry, but the baby is no longer. It was a tough pill to swallow. Guess what? I didn't agree. The first thing I did was I called my husband because he didn't go with me to the hospital. I called him. I said, please start coming to the hospital. And they asked me, what do you want to do? First of all, I said, I don't believe you guys. I want to go outside and go to different, private scans and check for myself. They said, with all pleasure. But please, whatever you want to do, hurry up. We need to get that baby out of you, because nobody even know when the thing happened, right? My husband came, he carried me. We went to the first scan. The same thing. I still no agree. I said, I'm going to another place. We went for the second place. The same thing. I said, let's go home. We went home. That night I cried. And the hospital called and said they need me to come into the hospital because they need to evacuate the baby so that it doesn't cause any damage for me. The next day I packed my bags. My bags were already packed anyway. We went to the hospital. And mind you, the baby passed line breech. Okay? The baby was line breech before she passed. And I thank God for the consultant that God used. He was an Igbo man. He's an Igbo man. Sorry, he's an Igbo man. The hospital is in Ibadan. He's an Igbo man, Dr. Eze. So now, Dr. Eze was like, number one, this baby is no longer alive and she's lying breech. I don't want to carry out a cesarean section on you. We'll do anything possible to bring her out. She's no longer alive. She was alive, we'll carry out a cesarean section, but we'll do whatever it means. If it means, manipulating, breaking some things for her to come out. We started induction of labor. And mind you, it's not like here. Had it been is here, you have a different room all to yourself where you don't even know what is going on in the other rooms. But this one is the labor room is not private, right? Maybe after delivery you can go to a private, but the labor room is not private. So I was there during my induction, seeing all those other women that I attended at natal with coming in. When they put all those in, they used to do, I'll be hearing it. The team was dealing with me. Before you know it, they'll carry them into the labor, the delivery room. I was lying there. And mind you, this induction took time. They tried labor. Everybody was calling. My mother-in-law was calling. They were calling, begging the doctor to please go and operate me and bring out that baby. And the doctor actually, he actually know what he was doing. He said, no, we should relax. We tried everything. It was a long, 2 days of trying to induce labor. Finally, the baby came out. I think that was where my own grief now started. Like, where is my baby? The baby is no longer alive. I can remember asking the doctor, can I get pregnant today? Like, that's the only thing that would make me sane. At that time, my blood pressure was now, God, it's well. I hope and see it's well. It was tough. I remember when they discharged me going home, and my friend and dad had traveled to Canada to give birth. I think it was that day that I went home, or the next day she delivered. In fact, she called me to tell me, what are you waiting for? It's only you now remaining. I've delivered. And I was like, yeah, I've delivered too. But the baby is not here. So but God, let me tell you something. I was grieving, but God knew that I was heartbroken. I was very, very heartbroken. And he decided to do something to, pacify me a little bit. What did he do? That December, I think I delivered, that December that I delivered that baby, that I was mourning, I was grieving, was the same time Canada called us. Our process has been, our papers has been in process for going to 5 years. For 5 years. At that point, I wasn't even remembering it again. That was when they called and said, now they're going to send us for medicals. I was like, oh, God, are you trying to bribe me? I know that when we went for that medicals, my BP was something else. Immediately, the person at the gate checked me, she was like, what's going on here? And even inside, after screening, we told them everything that happened. Oh, she just had a stillbirth, this one. She's still battling to get her BP in order. She was like, okay, but we're still going to send you to a cardiologist until they certify you fit before we can. I said, God, like I know pass this exam. They sent us to this cardiologist. You know, they put all this things that they used to put. I said, God, if I fail this test, so let me not fail this test. But eventually, I didn't fail, and they said it's okay. They satisfied me fit, and it didn't even take that. It wasn't up to a month. We got a PR. Myself, my husband, and my daughter was like, God, okay, it's okay. But that event, it actually took a toll on me, and it's not something I wish my enemy to go through 9 months of pure torture and come back home empty-handed. Is something else. But I thank God. Immediately after that, I told God, the only thing, I know you are trying to bribe me, but the only thing that will make me happy now is to give me another baby. I want another baby. I want another baby. Send back my baby for me. But then, I thank God for everything. It's been how many years now, and I'm here, kicking. But yeah, that was my experience that year. And for everybody going through this, or who have gone through this, just hang in there. Everything will be fair. Everything will be fine. Everything will be well. All right. Thank you. Everyone, share my video, like, comment. Don't watch and go. Put like. Don't be stingy with your likes and your comments. Okay. Everyone.